Hello, welcome. Thank you for watching. Today I want to share with you a tip on how to save money on products that you use every day at home. Mostly beauty products, moisturizers, sunblock, face wash, eye cream. Some of these which can be less expensive and some can be more expensive. This is a tip that I learned actually when I was back in college, because in college, you know, every $5, $10, $25 really counts. Now that I'm older, you know, I still try to stretch my dollar as much as I can, and if I can use products as much as possible and not be wasteful. I hate being wasteful, so that's something that's important to me. So this is a tip that I learned a long time ago from a friend on how to get the most out of your products. I'll give you a sample. For example, this sunblock. This sunblock was longer, it had a little piece here. So what I did is once it ended, a lot of people would just what? Throw it away and toss it, right? Well, this sunblock wasn't inexpensive. I think I paid like $35 for it. It lasted a long time though, and it's a really good sunblock, really good product that I use, and it's light on the skin. But what I do is I take the scissors and I cut through the bottle. So most people will just like, okay, there's no more, like my husband, there's no more, oh, I'll just toss it, buy another one. Well, you know what? I cut this bottle. This one I had to cut like into 3 pieces just because my finger would only go to a certain length. But by cutting it in the middle like that, I was able to get more product out. And I'm not kidding you, I probably got 2 to 3 weeks worth of sunblock. I only wear it in the mornings. I don't really reapply too much in the afternoons. But what happens is a lot of the product gets stuck here at the top of it. Inside, right here, there was a ton of sunblock that wasn't moving down. And then a lot of it was also stuck here. So no matter how much I would shake the bottle, move it around, the sunblock that was kind of stuck on the sides wasn't coming out. So I cut it in a way where, as you can see, my finger fits all the way down like to make contact, and then I was able to get it out. The key though is, and some people will probably say that by getting air in there, the product will dry up or the consistency may change, which is true. But what I do is I cut it in a way where you see how the top, I can just put it back on over and then push it down. Now, if you really want it to last longer, and if it's not a really tight fit, this one's a pretty tight fit once I do that. If you really want it to be a tight fit, or, you know, for it to last longer, I guess, you can put it like in a Ziploc bag and that'll help for it to last longer. But anyway, what I was able to get probably like 2 weeks more use out of this one. Another one that I did that with is the eye cream that I use. This is my tiny, I've been saving these empty tubes just so I could show you this video. I was so happy to share this with you. So this was a tube, and then what I did is once it wasn't coming out anymore, I also cut it. There was a ton of moisturizer for the eyes. There was eye cream on both ends. And as you can see, I hope you can see, they're completely empty now. Like I totally took every single last drop out of there. The same thing with the sunblock. I pretty much took every last piece of product out of these. And then I feel good, you know, then I recycle these and I feel good though. I also did it with this face wash. This face wash that I use. This one had a ton. This one also, I probably used it for like another extra week or two, but look at how I was able to clear out the end of that packet. And this one was also, you know, once I did that, look at how tight the fit is. So you just put it back in there. Yes, it can be a little messy and it's a little inconvenient, but you know what? I'm stretching my dollar. If you think about it, per year, if I do this, and this one will last me, let's say, a month or 2, and then if I'm able to stretch it out an extra 2 weeks, then, you know, that's 1 or 2 of these less a year that I'm buying. The same thing goes with the sunblock, you know, so that's money saved and that's money in the bank that I can use for something else if I want to. So I'm gonna show you a sample. So with this one, I'm gonna cut it. I usually would cut it right around here where I think my finger would fit. So you just cut through it like so. Oops, there it goes. And you see, this one actually doesn't have that much left on the top, but there's still some product left on the bottom. This one I've been doing a pretty good job the last week of kind of like pushing out into the corners and trying to get as much out, but I probably have like 2 washes left in here, especially at the bottom. So I'll use this tonight to wash my face, and probably the next day or 2 that I can probably, oh no, there is some on here on the sides. I don't know if you can see it very well, but there's a little bit left on the edges where it's a little dark. So congratulations to Garnier. They do a good job of making a product that I can use. I'm gonna set this to the side so I can use it. The other trick that I do is I turn my bottles upside down. So I keep this like basket under the sink where I have my products. So once the moisturizer starts to run out, then I just kind of put the bottle like this And then when I want to get moisturizer, I take this out, and there's usually a lot of moisturizer here or left on here. Yes, it's a little inconvenient because, you know, this has a pump and I would usually use it to pump. But this one, I'm not kidding you, once the pump stops working, there's like this much left in here, which is a good 2 weeks at least of moisturizer. This one I've actually been using probably, because I have it in my bedroom, so I usually only use it at night for my hands. So I put it this way, and you know, obviously all the product came down. And it was quite a bit of moisturizer. So then I would just kind of, you know, open it and tap it and take it out. And I've used it probably for a good 2-3 weeks. This one is done. These that are really thick, I don't really try to cut into because I don't want to hurt myself either. And you know, this one, if I try to cut it like this, it's not as easy, it's a little more complicated. But if you want to be crafty, you can cut into these also and get product out. I've done it before. It's just a little harder and more inconvenient. The same thing goes for hair treatments. With these hair products that I have, I also, once with the pump, stuff stops coming out, then what I do is I turn them upside down, and then there's usually, look at that, there's usually still some product left in there. I don't know if you can see that, but probably. So then with your hand, you can just get the product out, and then there's also a bunch of product left, I don't know if you can see it, a bunch of product left inside there and then on the side. So if you just kind of take your finger and swoop it out. So I probably have a good 3 to 4 more in this Pro Mend from Nexus left. And this is, you know, not an inexpensive product. So that's good. And then with this one, this Tresemme product, Keratin Smooth, I definitely got the most I could out of this product. There's just a tiny bit left there. I don't know if you can see it. Apart from that, I did a pretty good job of cleaning these out. So anyway, that's just a little tip on how to stretch your dollar. Again, as I said, I just don't like to be wasteful. It's not because I'm cheap. I could afford to just throw these out and buy more, but I think it's also better for the environment if you use up the products that you can, but really I do it just to save and just to get the most that I can out of all of my products. Anyway, I will try to record more of these videos with little tips that I have of things that I do, things that I like, things that work for me. If I see anything about coupons or savings or promotions, I'll also share that with you. I did post on my blog something about Groupon. So if you're interested in looking on that, I'll put a link below to that Groupon, where I knew Groupon had promotions because I bought them before for services and restaurants and massages and facials and things like that. But I didn't know that Groupon also has coupons. So if you're interested in that, you can sign up, and I'll put a description and I'll explain in there. This isn't sponsored by Groupon or any of these companies or products that I just showed. These are just tips that I wanted to share with you. Anyway, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you have a wonderful week, depending on which day you're watching this video, a wonderful weekend. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please give it a like. Do subscribe to my channel to be notified of more videos when I post them. And thank you for watching. If you have any comments, leave them below. If you want to watch any other videos or you have topics that you want me to talk about, just leave those below. Thank you for watching.